Hi everyone, this is Hugh from Plaguelands Media with my partner in crime Bella Bear, who wanted to be on camera today but didn't want to say anything, so I'm not going to force him to do that. You okay, little man? Okay. There you go. Now, today I want to get a little bit political with all of you. Most of you have probably been watching the election that's happening in America at the moment. Joe Biden is running against a big fat orange turd burglar. Sorry, President Donald Trump. And with the way things are going and the way Trump has been acting these past couple of days, I thought there's only one thing that I can do. Now, I know I'm not American. I know I'm Australian. But that doesn't mean I can't destroy the fucking world and just erase everything. Which is why today I'm playing Fate of the Elder Gods. This is a fantastic game, Lovecraftian themed, but instead of trying to defeat the Elder Gods, you're trying to summon one. So, it's just somewhat reassuring to play as the villain every once in a while. Now, you have heard this from me before, but I'm going to say it again. If you're watching this video and you like the content, please subscribe, the button below. If you want to know more about Plaguelands Media, follow us on www.plaguelandsmedia.com. Check out our Facebook page. Follow Ian Van Gamut on Instagram. Redbubble. We have some merchandise, t-shirts and whatnot, which are freaking awesome, if I do say so myself. So, yeah, there is that. Ian just finished his 4th exhibition last week. It was just a great selection of art, in my opinion. So you can look into that. You can also look into Ian Van Gamut and Hugh Newton on Amazon to see some of our books we have for sale, ebooks for sale, of course. So I'm going to wrap this up now with a little something. I haven't actually done this before. This is kind of new to this video, but I just want to test it out to see what you all think. So yeah, if there's something that you enjoy, please leave a comment. If you didn't like it, leave a comment that I'm going to ignore because goddamn, that was fucking delicious. And without further ado, let's get this fucking shit to the fucking table. Okay, so this is Fate of the Elder Gods, partially set up. Today I will be playing with Dagon here, whose ability is choose one location, roll 1 die for each investigator present at the location. For each tentacle or Cthulhu head, destroy 1 investigator and place 1 of your cultists from the lodge into that location. I will also be using the ability from the Kickstarter campaign, the Esoteric Order of Dagon. Each time you activate my ceremony ability, which is the one on my character sheet, you may take 1 of your cultists from the Abyss and add it to your lodge. The Abyss, of course, is here in the center of the board. We have the Other Worlds, the museum. We have our 2 museum relics at the top there you cannot see. They are the Forgotten Tome and the Enchanted Cane. We have our ceremony with our gate cards next to it. These are our curse cards. Streets of Arkham, the Gathering, and the library. This will be my player piece, and this will be the investigator's player piece. In a solo game, you always are going up against the investigators. These are my cultists. I will put them in the lodge here. I am not going to go over the rules with you because there are videos out there that explain that, but you will get the idea. I do have my handy player cards here, which I will be referencing through the game. It has been a long time since I played this. For those of you that don't know, the point of this game is that my Cult of Dagon, we are trying to summon him into the world to destroy humanity. To do that, we need to get our player piece all the way round to number 9. And ultimately the investigators are trying to stop us by putting these Elder Sign tokens on our player board. If they manage to place 10 Elder Sign tokens, they have sealed the gate and we lose the game. Here is our stack of spell cards, magic cards. They have runes on them. I have mixed in the cards from the Beasts of Beyond expansion set, but I will not actually be using that set, so some of these spells will be worthless. I will just be using those cards for movement. If I get worthless spells, that's just the luck of the draw. Okay, I will deal myself 3. I get 2 greens and a blue, and now I will place the rest of them around the board. We get a blue at the other worlds, a blue at the museum, a blue at the ceremony, yellow at the streets of Arkham, white at the gathering, and yellow at the library. I'll just put those down there. So, these cards have 2 uses. I can discard a colour and move to that coloured space on the board. I can discard 2 as a wild and move anywhere on the board, or I can use their spell ability if I can match a white and a blue, blue and a white and 2 blues and a red. So we have the Stars of Right, assign each cult, including yours, one of the following: lose an Elder Sign, gain 2 from the Abyss, gain 2, and then I become cursed. I can also lose the game if I get 5 curses. Now, in a multiplayer game, these curses are really interesting because your opponent basically takes them, and when you fulfill one of these conditions, then the curse goes off and bad things happen. In a solo game, we just have them face down. And if I get 5 of these face down, I also lose the game. So, what do I have? The Stars Are Right is a great one. Corruption, sacrifice 2 cultists from my lodge or become cursed. Then I can advance 1 on the summon track or destroy 2, not bad. Curse of Power, when you're rolling a die, you may add 2 additional dice to this roll. All of these are really good spell cards, but I need to use them for movement. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spend my blue card, and the way we do that is we place it in our astral column to move to the museum. When I move to the museum, I add 1 of my cultists, there we go, and I add an investigator as well. If you have 3 or more cultists in a location and more than the number of investigators, you have control of that location. I don't at the moment, so I'm going to roll 1 die, and I want a Cthulhu head. And I did not get it, so I don't have control. The museum, I can take 1 artifact, 1 face-up artifact, or the artifact, or the top artifact from the artifact deck. These are my choices. The Forgotten Tome, when another cult moves to the library, draw 2 spell cards, are useless because I'm not playing with another cult. Or the Enchanted Cane, reroll 1 of your die. I will take the Enchanted Cane. I have to tap that to reroll 1 of my dice. I will replace with the Skull of Lore. Reroll 1 die. If I get a Cthulhu, roll 1 die. If I get a Cthulhu head, discard the Skull of Lore and advance 1 on my summoning track. If I get the Elder Sign, become cursed. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Now there are 2 blue runes. There is a blue rune for the museum, you can see here, and a blue rune in the astral column. But I have nothing that requires 2 blues, so I cannot do anything there. And I believe that will be the end of my turn. So the investigator's turn. We look at the top card of the stack. It is red, so we place it where the investigator is, and we move their icon to the red spot, which is the library, and we add an investigator, and that is it. Wait a moment. That is not right. Let's redo that. I forgot one thing. I only have 2 cards left. Going back a step, so I have to draw up to 3. You can hold more than 3 cards, minimum of 3 cards. So I drew up to Rack. Destroy 1 investigator from any 1 location or lodge. Not bad, needs 2 green to cast. This changes things a little bit because now the top card is blue. Okay, and I am on the blue space and the investigators cannot enter my space. So what happens? They try to get here. I am already here, so I get a curse card. My first one. They go to the other world and they place an investigator. I need to use the other world because the other world is where I can go to sacrifice my cultist to move my summoning track up. I now have 2 greens and a red. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Here's the problem. There is a blue and a white, and the ceremony has a blue and a white, but to get there I need to get rid of that card. This is a tough decision. I'm going to use the red and I'm going to move to the library. I put 1 of my cultists down and an investigator down, and I roll for control. I really want control here. And I got a tentacle, which is not control, but the library allows me to draw 3 spell cards and I can ready 1 additional spell this turn. If I had control, I could have sacrificed a cultist to ready 1 spell at no cost. So I will draw 3 spell cards. We have Power Surge. Until the end of your turn, you control your current location. Mind Switch. Swap 1 of your cultists from any 1 location with any other cultist from a different location. That's kind of useless. And Alter Fate is a good one. Unfortunately, I don't have any of these symbols. We only have a red and a yellow at the moment, and none of mine work. But 2 reds, 2 greens and a white, I can pretty much move anywhere on my next turn. So What happens next? I can't cast any spells. I could have actually tapped my Enchanted Cane to re-roll. That wouldn't have helped me at all, but that's whatever. Okay. We look at the top card of the deck. It is blue. So we place it there and we move him to blue and we put a third investigator there. Now, if I go back to the museum, because there are 3 investigators there, I have to take them into my lodge. If there are ever 5 or more investigators in my lodge, at the end of the turn, they will do a raid, and that is how you get Elder Sign symbols on your player board over here. It is my turn again, and we have yellow, yellow, blue, green, white. Doesn't help. Blue, 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 wild. Okay, that might work. Okay. I'm going to discard 2, wait, where is it? 2 red here. So they go on the astral column. And use that as a wild to move to the other worlds. I put my cultist. I put an investigator on the other worlds. I will try and get control by rolling my dice. The Cthulhu head is only on one side, so there's a 1 in 6 chance. I didn't get it. I'm going to tap my Enchanted Cane to re-roll. I didn't get control. So, what can we do in the other worlds? The other worlds, roll 1 die for each cultist you have. For each Cthulhu head or tentacle, sacrifice it and advance the space on your summon track for each cultist sacrificed this way. I maybe should have not tapped my Enchanted Cane yet. Let's see what I get. I get two Cthulhu tentacles. So I sacrifice my 2 cultists and my summoning track is now at 2. I am 7 away. Now I can cast any spells. Well, not cast any spells, ready any spells. Blue, blue, red. The purple symbol, that is the otherworld symbol, is a wild. So I can use that for the red. Use the 2 blue in the column. As you can see, there were 3 blue cards in the column. So I can use that to ready. The stars are right here, which I will do. And I'll ready that there, which means I have a permanent green for any casting. All of these cards go to the discard pile. And that is the end of my turn. I have 2 cards left, so I draw a 3rd card, which I get Transmogrify, change any 1 rolled die to any face. If it is a tentacle or a Cthulhu head, I become cursed. So that would be like a last ditch. But now I have green, white and red I can move to. And I think I know where I want to go. We look at the top card here. It is green, so we put it on the astral column and we move the investigators to the gathering and we place out 1 investigator miniature, and it is my turn again. Okay. I'm going to spend my white. So we place it in the astral column. I'm going to move to the ceremony, which gives me, let me just get my little card. gain 1 gate card and activate my special ability. So I'll gain a gate card. You can hold 1 gate card at a time. They don't count towards your hand limit, and that is a wild, which lets you move anywhere. Now I choose 1 location, roll 1 die for each investigator present. I am going to choose the Gathering. There are 3 investigators there. For each Tentacle or Cthulhu, I destroy an investigator and place 1 of my cultists from my lodge in that spot. Okay. I got 2 Cthulhu and an Elder sign. There we go. I'm going to tap my cane to re-roll the Elder sign. And I got nothing, so 2 investigators die. And 2 cultists from my lodge go to the other world. And because of the Esoteric Order of Dagon, I may take 1 of my cultists from the Abyss and put them back into my lodge. Okay, we have a white and a blue. And I'm going to corruption. So I will put that down. We have another green symbol there. Because I use this blue, that goes away. And that is the end of my turn. So I need to draw up to 2 because the gate doesn't count. So we have Find Artifact, not bad. Sign of the Brotherhood, not good because we're not playing against another cult and we still have Transmogrify. And now we have an interesting situation. The color is green for the fate piece, the investigator's piece. So if the astral symbol matches the investigator, okay, so because it matches green, we put a green there and he moves straight to the other worlds, and we put an investigator there. And that is the end of their turn. So those investigators I tried to get rid of, annoyingly, are not there. Okay, what do we want to do? If we go to the museum, we can get an artifact, but we have to ready our Janarkane. But then we don't have any investigators in the lodge. What colours we have? Red, and yellow. So let's spend a red. We'll spend Sign of the Brotherhood after I just threw the rest of my cards on the floor for some reason. So we'll spend Signs of the Brotherhood, this red, because it's a useful spell. We'll move to red, where we place 1 of ours and 1 of theirs. We'll try for control, which we actually get. We rolled a Cthulhu head, which means we draw 3 spells. I can ready 1 additional spell this turn, and because I have control, I can sacrifice a cultist from the library to ready 1 spell at no cost. You can ready 3 spells maximum. So first things first, I'm going to draw 3. 2 and 3. So we got another Transmogrify, Alhazred's Revenge, Doesn't help because we're not playing against another cult. Witch's Curse doesn't help because we're not playing another cult. Okay, I'm going to ready Find Artifact. Draw an artifact from the artifact deck. I can actually play that at any time. What do we have here? The stars are right. I'm going to cast The Stars Are Right, and I'm going to choose myself to gain 2 cultists from the Abyss, because I'm running out of cultists in my lodge. I'm going to cast Find Artifacts. So let's see what I draw from the top of the artifact deck. Please be something really super cool. So, if you're at the other worlds, re-roll up to 2 of your dice. I think we have to discard that to do that. Not too bad, actually. I can live with that. You can hold up to 3 artifacts. Do I want to ready anything? We have red, 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 yellow. I don't want to ready anything. So that will be the end of my turn. I have more than 3 cards. So he will move to... The investigators will move to green. Placing another investigator there. I don't think I'm doing too well, but I'm not doing too badly either. I'm going to spend my gate card to move to the other worlds. I believe that actually goes as a wild symbol there. Let me just check that in the rules. Game ceremony, play gate card. It doesn't actually say. So, you know what? Just to make it a little more difficult, I'm not going to have a wild symbol. Okay, one of my investigators into there, into there. I'm going to roll for control, which I do not get, but that is okay. I'm going to roll 3 dice. We got Tentacle, Tentacle, Elder Sign. I'm going to tap my Enchanted Cane to re-roll the Elder Sign, and we get a Tentacle. So we sacrifice those 3, and we go from 2 to 5. We only need 4 more. Okay, we have a white, a green, and a wild. Pardon me. So I'm going to cast Transmogrify, which is a red. Change any one rolled die to any face, and then if it is a Tentacle or a Cthulhu, we become cursed. And they go away to the discard pile. Okay. We have 3. So we don't draw a card. We look at the top card of the gate deck, which is blue. So we move him, or move the investigators, I should say, to blue, and we place another investigator there. That is starting to rack up. Okay, I ready the Enchanted Cane. I could go to... I'm quickly running out of spaces to go to, because anytime if I go to green, red, blue or the wild, I'm going to have to take all those investigators in my lodge. So I'm going to play a white to move down to the ceremony. I'm going to add one of my investigators, or one of my cultists, an investigator. I'm going to roll for control here, which I don't get. That is okay. I'm going to take a gate card. And then I am going to use my ability, choose one location. I'm going to choose the other worlds. For each investigator, I'm going to roll 3 dice. I got Cthulhu Head, Tentacle, and an Elder Sign, so I'm going to re-roll the Elder Sign with my Enchanted Cane. Didn't help. 2 die, and my last 2 cultists in my lodge. Now, I have no cultists in my lodge, so what is going to happen the next time I have to place a cultist, next time I move, I take 2 out of the abyss, 1 will go to the location, 1 will go to the lodge, and I will get an Elder Sign as punishment. Which is not good. Can I ready any spells? No, I cannot. So that will be the end of my turn. I have 2 spell cards, so I will draw up to 1, which is another Transmogrify, and it is blue. Okay, the investigators will move to, where is it? Whoops. Yellow, there we go, yellow. Now when the investigators move to the streets of Arkham, they immediately initiate a raid on your lodge, but I have no investigators in my lodge, so nothing is actually going to happen. Thankfully. Okay, I am going to use my gate card to move to the other worlds. I have no investigators in my lodge, so I place 1 from there and 1 in my lodge, and I get my first Elder Sign there. I have an investigator. I have 3 cultists. There are 2 investigators in the other worlds, which means I have control. So if I have control, for each Cthulhu Head rolled, return 1 of your investigators from the abyss to your lodge. So I got 1 Cthulhu Head, 1 Tentacle. I'm going to use the cane to re-roll my... Okay, so I sacrifice all 3. I move 3 up on my track. And because I rolled 1 Cthulhu Head, I get 1 back from the lodge. There is a wild and a white. So I'm going to ready another Transmogrify. Like that. So I have... Well, you know what? I'm just going to win the game now. This is corruption. Either sacrifice 2 cultists from my lodge or become cursed. Then you may advance 1 on the summon track or destroy 2 Elder Signs from your lodge. So I'll cast that now. I'll become cursed. So that's given me 2 curses. I move to here. That gives me a 3rd curse because my my playing piece and the Elder Sign met. You get a curse when that happens for the first time, but I am at 9. Dagon has been summoned, and I have won the game. Now you might be looking at this going, wow, that was actually pretty easy, but sometimes the cards are just not in your favor. I've played this game about 5 or 6 times, and I would say I've lost more than I've won, just because the investigators have, the card has been on the space where I am, so the investigators have given me curse cards and whatnot. This was a fluke. This was really unusual, but I hope it gave you a feel for the solo version of Fate of the Elder Gods. It looks simplistic. It's actually a hell of a lot of fun. I'm sure if you play multiplayer, there's more kind of back and forth with the curse cards, and there are multiple ways to win. You can actually put elder signs on your opponent's track to have them kind of lose the game. But all in all, this is a really fantastic game that I think doesn't actually get enough love. If you're a fan of H.P. Lovecraft but are sick of always playing the good guys, then this is the game for you. The board is spectacular. The miniatures look cool. The art is great. I mean, how can you go wrong with Dagon here? Dagon is also one of the easier Elder Gods to play, cults to play, in my opinion. There are numerous cults that you don't play with in multiplayer, in single player solo mode, because their abilities are basically abilities against other cults. I have played against Nyarlathotep, which his ability is pointless in a solo game, but I still absolutely love Nyarlathotep as an Elder God. So I decided to use him, and it was a lot of fun. It was very close, just because the ceremony is absolutely pointless in those sorts of games, so you've really got to work your way around that. So this was Fate of the Elder Gods. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a fantastic weekend. There will be more videos uploaded, I feel, very soon. Stay safe and have a great time. Thank you, everyone.